Mickey, please mute your mic. So here is a simple way to create. Here is a simple way to create to recreate. So here is a simple way to recreate this kind of table in Figma very quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I always structure my designs by head. So I have something like this where you have, so type out property, then partner, then so for this case buyer, then amount, then date, then we have status, and last but not the least, actions. So what them is by columns instead of rows, because the problem with rows is that whenever you want to move a particular section is very difficult. So this is what I mean. So my first row is going to be this first one. So it has house like so. So this industrial warehouse like this now. Okay, let me give it a white background so that I can flip everything. Send to back. I'm going to highlight all of this. Okay, so I'm going to send this to back. Then now I'm going to highlight everything, just change it to black so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I always like my items to have a particular scale. So right now I'm just going to drop this down to 16 pixels. So you should have something like this, well spaced out, right? So again, you also need to know the element that has to take the most space, right? So if you look at the design, that's why we have all of this one here. So this one will be like the item that may take the most space. So in my own case, I'm just going to have this as property like this. Okay, just press Shift A, right? So and again, it's always good practice to like name your items. So right, we are going to have this one as a single row. So another one, a row, right, and so on and so forth, like this. We are done. So I can select all of this now, press Shift A, and then have my space set to 0. Okay, and notice that there's like a divider, right? So let's add that. So press Enter once to have all the inner elements, and then now you can add stroke. All right, so all I need is just the one at the bottom like so. Okay, and we are good. So this is too dark, so let's just drop down to like maybe 6%. So you should have something that looks clean like this. All right, so an interesting part now is that you can play with the padding as you like. So this one I can make it 16, but I'm always comfortable like 12 pixels. Okay, again, this feels very bold for me. So I know it's bold here, but like let's just drop it down to something regular for now. Okay, so we have this one as the head, right? So I'm going to press Shift A and rename it to head. So it's good practice. So this head now is what I'm going to select as this and Shift A. So I'm practically done. So even if I have this one now, all I just need is this. Take this, use it to replace this, and so on and so forth. Michael, please move your mouse. Like this. So it's very, very straightforward. And then dates. Okay. So and apart from that, we now have status, and then you have your actions, right? So for me now, you can even go ahead to make them components, but I think I'll do that in another video so that you can easily switch out all of these elements. But the way you can do that is by using variant controls. So let's say for example, I have text, and I also want to switch out the text from time to time with like another item here, right? So let's just do that very quickly. So here we have, so let's say our first element is this, right? So I can make it a component. So for now, let me just add Let me make it white here, right? So I'm going to make this one a component like this. Okay, then I can call this one table or row is equals to text, something I can recognize, right? Then I can have it in this particular file. Then now I can also still duplicate it now. Then this way I'm just going to detach and then make it a component again. But this time around, instead of saying row is equals to text, I'm going to say row is equals to say badge, right? And in this case here, I can select this inner one again, Shift A is very important. Then select my row badge, add the auto layout like this. So it should have something like this if you come to the layer panel section. So something like this. So I'm going to name this one as badge, right? So this is me doing on a rough scale. So but this row still like always remains the same. So because I've noticed where people are trying to like jam them together and then combine them as variant, it doesn't make any sense. I feel like that's waste of energy and waste of time. So you can just have just a single page where you can dump all the different variants of components. Just dump it and have it segmented out like this. And the advantage of this one now is that, so you are literally just calling this. So you are literally just calling this entire container like this. So this is 8 by 12, right? So make sure that you want to have this set to 8 by 12. Very important. Okay. Same thing with this one too. If you select this now, it should be this one should be in auto layout again. Or content. Then make sure it's 8 by 12. Very important. Then when you set it to org like this, I think the height is too much. 8 by 12, 45. So this is, oh, okay, now I get. So here we have 16. I always drop it down to like 14 pixels. Same with this one too, 14. All right. So please, very important, 8 by 12. So this one I will just call it text, like so. So I can tell the difference. So now if now that I have this, I can literally copy this, come over here, and Command Shift R to replace. So I should have something like this, right? So now that I have something like that, let me just change it back to black. Then give my text container the white background like so. So I should have it here now. So why is not okay? Yeah, because I haven't done something crucial. I haven't brought out like a variant. This is it. So I can copy that and replace this like so. So once I've replaced it now, so again I can just set it to fill container, and this is where it gets interesting now. So notice that it is moving to the right? So in order to make sure that it left aligned now, what you do is come back here, then make sure that inside here now we have it as left. So right now it's centered, so you want to make that left aligned. Now this is where it gets interesting. So if I select this one now and I want to change it, all I just need to do is come over here. Where is it? Where is it? More actions, then click on this place. Do you see this the name here? Just click on it and then you want to swap. Very simple stuff and you're done. So this is how I used to do it. So I'll just lay everything out, so I can create just a single page where I can have all my multiple possibilities of the elements that can enter my table as this, and I'll just start swapping. So it's very fast for me. So now let me just color this one. So again, I can have like multiple types of badges inside just a single badge. So this is what I mean. So let me first fix this one first. So because again, your app must not grow, your element must not grow more than your default element, which is this one here, right? So right now this is 42. So I need to fix something very quickly. So this is 58. So let's change this one back to 0 0. So now we're on 34. So again, I'm just speeding up things here, but like again, I always prefer using all content, but in this case I'm just going to use fixed height, right? So all content is good practice, but again, you can also use fixed height once you know that okay, this is the default amount that it must not grow beyond. So with this badge now, here now, let me just round those corners. So I know that my badge is not going to definitely like take up the entire space like this. Okay, so let's just do that. So instead of doing 4 4, I can just do like maybe 4 4 like this. So this should be fixed height, and So you can see the reason why we're having no, the badge itself should be 42, right? Then the width is always going to be few containers. So this one now we can set a padding of maybe 4 pixels, right? Or better still, let's just add this one and say instead of this one to be few containers, it's just going to be org. And this time around, when we work with badges, you always center it. So you can center this one here like this, okay? And you have 42. Then now you can round off those corners. So 6 pixels, 6 or 8. Then let me drop it down. Okay, so on 14, 14. So can you see it now? So we have your badge. So another thing we missed out on, I think I missed the height. So it's supposed to be 45. Is the bottom stroke, right? So again, we are going to add that. So I think the bottom stroke is 6.1. Okay. So let me add that white background, then bottom stroke, bottom 6.1 like this. So I know some of you will say, I did not say anything. No, let me just press F like this. So I'll just put like a frame when I'm testing stuff, right? So I can see exactly what I'm doing, right? So let me just copy that property and paste it here. It's not showing. Why is it not showing? Okay. Why is it not showing? Okay, so sometimes you have to clip content. So let's just clip. Let's make sure that all the content are clipped out, right? So this for consistency sake. So now that you have that, now you can see again. If I come over here and I come back, so right now we have it at 33. If I come back to if I come back here now, copy this, or in fact, better say just right click and reset. Right click, reset all changes. It will change back like this. So you have this here now should be, so it's giving me 42. So if I check here, I have 42 instead of 45, right? Again, you can always right click to reset all changes. All right, so we have this. So now I can practically just copy like this and replace everything here like so. Okay, then take all of this again, and you can see how it is so easy. So now this one here, now I can now call it column. Can you see it? So now inside it, now you have your column and then you have your rows. Do you see it? And then you now know the type of row you are working with. So that is what makes it. So now let's say, for example, now all of this section, I'm definitely never going to use my row badge. I will use my row text. So I can just swap once. So now I have everything as row text, right? And then I have this one here. So imagine the possibilities now. So with this one here now, all I just need to just copy this. And again, remember when I select this, a component, right? So copy, replace, 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 right? So let's say we have a specialized way in which we write our date. Same thing, just come over here, add another one or duplicate. Make sure you detach, because whenever you create something like that, it's going to be a component, right? So, and then our date has a specific way in which you write it. So we're going to say March 21, 2025. Okay, so you can see that it's very, very easy to so the only ones that you write a line are numbers, are amounts, like actual financial currencies. Those are the elements that you write a line in a table. Please, it's a rule. You always write a line them. Any other thing you can left a line, but you see, amount that is paid is always write a line. Always, it doesn't change. So for this one now, you can see just single click. I'll just switch to so right now it's saying row text, right? I need to change it so that, let's say we are like multiple people that are working on these things, right? So I'll say row is equals to date. Okay, this is coming together now. Then this one now, let's say, oh, this is our commission. So let me just get a symbol from online. Can somebody let me paste Naira symbol here? Michael, can you let me quickly paste Naira symbol while I'm doing this one? So again, just increase the height, add another one. Just come and place it where I'm putting this in. So 1,758,000, 46,000.15. All right, so we just put it here. So again, with this one now, you can even still add like a variant to edit this one. How do you do that? So right now I think it's not a component, so I'm going to detach again, right? And then So now I can add a single simple property here, right? By adding this one, and then I can put um very straightforward. So that if somebody that is working with me now wants to change their mind, they will find it very easy to change their mind. You can see it here, right? And again, so let's say yeah, now this is where we have our commissions, right? So if I come over here, there's no need for me to copy again because I just need to press enter once and then I can just swap easily. All I just need to do row is equals to amount. So you can see I'm saying row is equals to badge, right? So let me go and rename it. So and this is where you can easily rename it. See right now it's saying row is equals to data. I just say row is equals to amount. So these are like fast ways of not wasting time to designing table, right? So you can see underneath this one, row is equals to amount. You are done. And then let's say I want to edit this second amount here. I will just come to this second amount. This how it's very easy. In fact, you can even edit it here on the fly without even having to come over to this place here, right? And now we can just say, so here now we have approved, right? And this is where it becomes interesting. So let's say we have approved. You can see everything's very quick, uh, easily updated, right? So let's say our actions now we have icons instead of buttons. So again, the same thing. Let me just open this one up again. Control K. And someone will be wondering, is it responsive? Yes, it's already responsive. Um, and then you can also set rules or variables in your system so that some will get hidden so that it can work on mobile too. So this is it here. So let me just search for more. So let's just say we have more icon. Then apart from more, we have say which other one we used to do? Accept. So check mark. No more and trash. Right? So we have this one now, right? So now despite the fact that you have this now, again, if I take these two, I can literally just create on down again. Remember, you need to detach first, very important, and then with good practice that you just rename it to actions, right? And then you can now make it a component like this. Okay, if it's too fast, you can always slow down the video. And so I'm using Command Shift R because I'm using a Mac to do that, right? And for this one, I know that for actions is right aligned. So inside here, this way I'm going to right align everything. So I'm going to make it right align. And then notice that inside this place now, I have all this what's it called? I have this one named as text, right? So it's better to give it the proper name. So this one's going to be um action icons. So it's very important that you name your elements properly. Okay. So I notice, so I have one that is not has nothing to do with the container itself, right? Because some people I noticed that what they used to do that they should do it with the container, then they'll now start being issue later on. So that's on that has to give them headache. So it's better to have it. This one it should be its own standalone component, right? And then the children should be its own standalone auto layout. It saves a lot of headache in the future. Then when you're dealing with component or you're converting it to React yourself. So with this one here now, it's growing beyond its parent, right? So sometimes it may cause like click area issues. So this one I used to just net it as 0 like this, okay? Because it's still going to work. So now that we have this one now and this is set here, right? All I just need again, I just need to go to my action set, right? Press enter once. And then now I can switch here again. All I just find my actions. This it there and done. So now again I can now close it up. I can see, so you see that it's responsive just by closing it up already. So now again we just select everything like this and 0. Okay, so now again, now this way you now start setting the element that you want to be fixed or not when you are like trying to close things up. Okay, so this one partner name now, so we have first name and last name, right? So again the same thing for this one too. So let's say the row is equals to partner, right? But again, first thing detach it because I'm duplicating a variant. It goes to partner like this, right? And then make it a component. So I literally just doing the same thing over and over again. So there's now, you cannot mess up. Then this one I can say, okay, I want it to be the first and my last name, right? So I can say partner name, right? Then so Adebimpe Omolasho, like so. Okay, so now that I have this, now I can simply just copy that, then go to the section where I want to replace, and then Command Shift R like this. Again, you need to press enter, make sure everything is highlighted, then Command Shift R or Control Shift R. Okay, so we should have something like this. Okay, so if it's not working, there something is off. So right now you can see it's 42, so instead of 45, so it's, the problem is from here. So sometimes don't scratch your head that, oh, what's going on, it's not working again. No, it will work. You just need to, and again you can see that because I don't make any other modification to this, right? As me have adjusted this one a bit, if I change it here, it's not going to work here. So this is how you can do a table. In fact, you can do one table and extend it to multiple other designs, so you don't have to ever have to recreate a table again. So if you now want to match it to this style, what you just need is come over here and then just go over to the stroke, right? And then you want to click content around those corners, right? And if you notice now, for this one here, you have this kind of divide line, right? Same thing for this one. So all of this one here now. So an interesting thing is that because I have named all this one as edge, now I can do multi-select. But sometimes it may not work because of the frame number has to be the exact same thing. Then set this one to fill container like this. Okay. So like I said, remember when I told that amount has to be right aligned, and you may probably start scratching your head and say, how can I do it? Very straightforward. So which one is this one? This is row amount. Which one is this one? This is row amount. Okay, so you can see this one is the variant, so I'm going to delete this one. This one is the actual item. All I just need to what? Right align this and then select the inner element. Set it to fill container like so, and then you want to do this. Okay, very important. So you have your amount set to this place. So now, which other one again? Which other one am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Yes, then for your partner, so left align. So practically all this one here will still be left aligned. Right, so left align. Okay, so commission and amount is practically the same thing, so just switching it out. Right, so this is how you can successfully have a responsive table. So now the last, what am I missing again? So this is what I was saying earlier. So you can set this one to, like, let's say, okay, we want this one to be 200 pixels, right? So you can set your width to 200 pixels. Partner name, okay, we can set it to fill container. Let's just set all this one to, then buyer name, same thing, switch to name, right? I didn't set the default variable name for this one. Right, so we have this one, and then this one, this row text that I use here, right, it's beginning to confuse me, so I'm just going to change it to property name. All right, so now if I click on this, just one of them, you can see now it goes to property. So this is how you can have your table and the children. And then now, just to line things up properly, I'm just going to make sure that everything is left aligned like so. See it? And then add a bottom stroke 6% like this. See, very simple to do.